Morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Welcome to today's video. So, all the videos from our 2019-2020 trip are published. The trip is officially over. I feel like I got pretty decent timing out of the trip. So Sam and I are going to be giving you some backstage magic about our upcoming trips. So let's get started. So
our next time to be at Disney looks to be the 4th of July week time frame of 2021.
Yes. I am excited about this. Sam is a little nervous, I think. I have some heat related issues with my asthma, but the 4th of July at Disney is something that I've wanted to do.
You've wanted to do. I'm a fall winter person there, but
right. Sam, we're
going fine. We'll do it.
Because of the
sounds like 2014. Fine, we'll do it.
It does. It really took. Whoa, that does sound like 2014. With the pandemic going on, Kansas is pretty well, kind of locked gates and shuttered blinds and everything. And so...
No, we just rolled up the sidewalk and said, if you come in, we'll kick you in the face.
That too. We had plans to go on a cruise in December. However...
with everything going on,
right,
that was decided to be dismissed.
Right. You had some medical issues come up kind of the middle of July, and it used up the rest of your PTO. Where Sam works, he has to use his PTO either for...
my sick leave as well as my
vacation
time.
Right. And Kansas is requiring, if you go on a cruise, you have to quarantine for 2 weeks afterwards, which would be a total of 3 weeks of vacation, which is just not something, you can't even earn that in a year.
No, that's the max you can earn ever is 3 weeks.
So, we made the really hard decision to go ahead and cancel it. We did incur, it was $100 fee, I think. Yeah, pretty much.
And it would just end up being a larger trip when we go to Disney.
In 2021. We discussed going for the 50th anniversary, but as of this video, which is the 2nd of August, they haven't even released past September 27th, I think, for next year. And so we've decided, because we wanted to make sure to get, the closer you get to a Disney trip, the more expensive
it tends to be.
Right. And so we decided to go ahead and take our money from the cruise and put that down on our trip for next July. So we plan to drive. It's going to be a road trip. And which will be different because we've flown the past...
most of our trips.
Right. The only trip that we drove was in 2014. So we will be driving. So we plan to do some live streaming from the road.
Right.
I
tend to prefer to fly, but for this trip, it is the one that makes more sense to drive.
Right. So we will be excited to be able to share some of our stops. And it's going to take us a couple days to get there. I think the plan is to, because it'll change a little bit from our usual. Like typically we've went down to Wichita and stayed the night and flown out early the next morning. But the way it's going to work is Sam will actually still work all day. And we will go drive up, because it's actually faster from where we live.
Drive up to go south.
Right.
Drive north to go south.
Right. We drive up to Kansas City, and then we drive down.
We learn from Doc Hudson.
Yeah, go left, turn right to go left. So we will stay the night with a friend up in Kansas City, and we will be able to get out bright and early the next morning, and we will drive into Nashville, because it's about... with gas stops and food,
it's a good drive.
Yeah, it's about a day's drive. And then we will stop in Valdosta, Georgia, the second night. The third. That'd be third night, right?
Yeah. It's Kansas City's first night.
Right.
Nashville's second night.
A third night.
Valdosta's third night. And then we get there.
Right. Peaches has lots to say about this.
Even though she knows nothing about what she's talking about.
Exactly. Isn't that typical kids, though, sometimes? So we'll stay the night in Valdosta. We'll get up bright and early that next morning, and we will get into Disney. As we typically do, we will be staying in a Value. We're not giving out all the details of our trip quite yet.
No.
But we're going to stay to Value. We will definitely have the dining plan this time. And one of the things that I'm really excited about seeing...
Or at least some sort of plan for dining.
Right. I want the dining plan.
Okay.
The dining plan is... We booked just the room and tickets so far. We haven't, as you can see, finalized dining. And I'm really excited to see the characters in the America Pavilion dressed in their... Revolutionary War style costumes. It's one of the only times you can see that, and if you can't guess, it's one of the main reasons we're going.
It's to catch a costume she hasn't seen before.
Exactly. I mean, that's
Goofy dressed as Benedict Arnold and Walt
Disney's
Goofy dressed as Benedict Arnold is what I said.
Then he said something about Walt.
I started to say Mickey will be dressed as Washington.
Did Mickey will be dressed up as Walt Disney? That'd be a new one.
Not really. Have you seen the pictures?
True. So while we are slightly bummed that we don't get to go on another trip this year, we had plans. First, we were going to do Halloween Horror Nights, and then we were concerned that they were going to be canceled. Which they ended up being canceled. And so we changed to a cruise, which we ended up having to cancel.
Because they're going to have issues with getting off and on boats.
Right. So it's slightly bummed, but it will all be okay. We are very excited about our trip.
We have our countdown going.
Yes, we instead of doing a 60-day chain, I've actually been doing chains in 50 chain increments. Just because it helps break it down a little bit more. And every evening because we booked this middle of July, I think.
Somewhere in there.
Somewhere around in the middle of July. So we've been, every night when Sam gets off work, we've taken a chain off, which has been a lot of fun to do. It's helped give us something kind of to look forward to, because we were both very, very bummed. Right, dear?
Yes.
One of the things that Sam does look forward to is the break, is vacation. So we are super excited to be headed to Disney for July 4th. Lots of fireworks and costumes, and just a different type of year. I say, Sam and I talked about this, and I said if we can survive New Year's at Disney, I'm pretty sure we've got summer covered. So, yeah, I hope. So, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in another video.